Hey guys, yeah, I wanted to do this right on the spot because honestly, this whole Start Max Bus situation right now is getting out of hand. Let me explain. Okay? Basically, yesterday, I'm walking basically down the same path that I walked yesterday because of the fact that the driver didn't get the memo that you can go to Burger King over here and it's a courtesy stop. They didn't get the memo. So, guess what? I had to do this walk from all the way over there to Nob Hill, which is over there. Anyway, I'm praying, and I thank the Lord I got a different driver, but oh boy, this driver, obviously he's a result of the fact that they cannot make up their minds as I step over these train tracks here real carefully. It is a result of the fact that the Start Max partnership can't make up the effing minds. I mean, here's the thing. So, we have a bus driver. I have a bus driver pick me up and another person up in Turlock, right? One obviously is a student. Me, I'm getting picked up from work. Okay, fine, not a problem. Not a problem. Hold on for a sec, get across the street here. Alright, so anyway, not a problem, right? Like I said, not a problem, right? Pick up myself from the bus stop in front of my work, pick up a student at a bus stop where they're waiting to come home, and you think everything's hunky-dory, right? Well, I should have known there was a problem when the bus, which usually comes about 3:41, in Turlock, to pick anybody up that's either gotten off work around that time, maybe before, or they're done shopping, and the closest, time frame for a bus pickup is that 3:41, right? Well, here's what happens. The bus ends up being late by 15 minutes. Down by 15 minutes. And then if that's not enough, like I said, they do the route fine and everything. Not an issue or anything like that. They do the route fine. But then, ladies and gentlemen, get this. So they drop us off at the Patterson transfer stop, or transit stop, or transfer stop, or transfer point, whatever they call it. They drop us off there. And then I'm using the transit app, which Start/Max and the Turlock Transit are connected to. Mostly a lot of busing companies, transit companies are connected to, right? So I'm using that. Like I said, I'm using that. And that usually is, most of the time, right on the money as to how long it is before the bus comes to the stop it needs to go to. Or basically comes to the stop point where you're waiting, right? The bus stop. Anyway, like I said, I get dropped off. Me and this other person, we get dropped off in Patterson, right? I look at the transit app, and it tells me that 45 West is 42 minutes away. And I look at that, and I'm like, 42 minutes away? What's this? Hold on for a sec. Like I said, I should have known something was up when it told me that the 341 bus, or one of the buses I take to come home or come back to Patterson, to go to another bus or stay on the same bus to come home here to Newman, you know, the 341, you know, as of today, was down by 15 minutes. And then, if that's not enough, like I was trying to say, I come home, we get dropped off in Patterson, right? The driver does the route, you know, without a hitch, right? They do the route without a problem, right? So they do the route, and then get this, they drop us off, and obviously they're going on the break or they're going off, right? You know, they're off the clock or getting ready to go off the clock, right? So they basically turn on they switch over to the out of service, you know, sign, right? Because they have one of those electric signs that you can see when you can see on the outside of the bus and on the outside of the, you know, front of the bus, and, you know, on the side too. It'll tell you, like, you know, what, you know, like what route it is. Like it could be 45 East, 45 West route. And, you know, it tells you like what the destinations, locales it's going to stop at, right? You know, or will be, right? Okay, so she switches from 45 East to out of service because, like I said, she's either going on her lunch break, her meal break, or she's going home. She's off the clock. So anyway, she drops us off, switches over to out of service, you know, and then rides off, right? There's another bus before her that leaves as well. And we're thinking, who is this? And obviously it's the new 45 East bus. It's the new 45 East bus. Okay, that's fine. Well, guess what? I checked my transit app, and as I was trying to say, it states that it states that basically the 45 West bus, which would bring me here, is 45 minutes down, or 42 to 45 minutes down. So guess what happened? A little after 5, here comes a bus, you know, from, you know, the other side. Basically, you know, obviously there's a bus terminal or stop somewhere there in Patterson, right? So here comes a bus down one of the streets that's like on the side, if you will. It's one of the main streets that the 40 bus, if you will, takes. It's one of the streets the big regular bus, the 40 bus, takes to go to Modesto. So here comes this bus down that street towards our direction, and the driver, we asked him if he is Gustine, if he's heading in the Gustine route, and he said yes. But then the driver, get this, the driver asked us for directions. That's right, he asked us for directions to basically you know, get on his route or get on the correct route. Us. And here's the guy that obviously was trained to know the route he was going to be taking, but he didn't. He didn't know the freaking route. I mean, he knew some of it, give him credit there, but he didn't know the rest of it. You want to know how, you know, much he knew? We were going down one of the areas which was, you know, off Sperry and everything, you know, turning to the right. Like, here we are going down this direction, right? And he's supposed to turn this direction, right? So basically, long story short, basically, okay, he's like, it's like, okay, we're turning, right? So it's like, well, right here, so like, here's the bus, right? So we're turning, and we're going like this way, right? And this is like going towards my old job, to the bus stop that's in that's located right in front of my job or at the side of my old job, Walmart, right? But instead of going, past it or stopping at it to pick somebody up, which he didn't have to, instead of going by it and then turning the other direction to go the route he's supposed to go, he started going straight down the back road until we had to point him out that that wasn't the right direction. And then when we were going down the industrial part of the route, we had to tell him which areas to turn it. It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. And just now we had to tell him to stop at one of the first bus stops here in Newman to drop off somebody because he didn't know. If you're going to send somebody out to do a bus route, make sure they are fully trained and they know what the fuck they're doing. Like I was saying, as I'm now just coming into my house, just finally trying to settle in, I got to turn on some lights here. But yeah, you shouldn't have to tell the bus driver what route to take. You're not supposed to do that. That's not your job. They're supposed to be trained in doing that. They're supposed to be trained in knowing how to do that. The person is supposed to have trained them to say, this is what you do, this is the route, da-da-da-da-da. That's it. They're not supposed to rely, if you will, they're not supposed to rely whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen, they're not supposed to rely on the passengers. They're not. Not unless the passengers tell them, hey, can you drop me off here? Because if it's in a small area like Newman, it's known as a courtesy stop. But still, you do not, and I repeat, do not ask the passengers to help you with your route. You're supposed to already know that. And on top of that, like I said, it was 15 minutes behind the first one, and then almost 10 minutes behind. I'm telling you, this Start Max partnership need to get the, Lord forgive me for saying this, need to get the fucking asses, off of the shoulders and get the heads out of the area where their asses is, put the heads back on the rightful places, and get their act together. Because this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Here's the thing. When I hear that, when I hear that basically, the Max Start people are cool with people being dropped off in locations like, in front, like at the side of Burger King because it's known as a courtesy stop. That's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely great. That's fine. That's fine. But here's the thing. Ooh, and I just dropped my mom's thing there. God. So frustrated, I knocked stuff down, I don't mean to. And like I said, it's bullshit. Because you are because you have passengers putting their trust, their safety in your hands. And you don't even have the knowledge to say, oh, maybe we shouldn't be sending out people we just trained, or still in training, or still don't know the ins and the outs, the routes and everything, to do these things. Because we're short on staff, because maybe some of our staff don't want to adhere to the protocols we mandate for them. You know what protocols I'm talking about. The thing is, this is just dumb. It is dumb. The guy basically, I was hoping that the driver I would get tonight would be one that knew about the courtesy stops. Would know about, okay, we can drop you off at you want to be dropped off at Burger King? Not a problem. I wasn't expecting this. That is why, by my own choice, I said drop me off at Merced and Eucalyptus, because I'd rather freaking power walk my ass back home instead of deal with that. Thankfully he has another passenger on there that's going to help him out. But I do not want to deal with that kind of crap right now, because that is bullshit. My opinion, you should not be sending people out that do not know the route very well until they are fully trained to know it. And also, you do not send people out to do routes if they don't know, the ins and the outs of what is a courtesy drop off. This is bullshit. They need to get their act together, or else people, I'll tell you what's going to happen. They either get their act together, or people will come out and something's going to happen, maybe not harmfully or something, but something's going to happen to where one person, maybe several people are going to get ticked off, and they're going to sue START. They're going to sue the Max Corporation, and they're going to say, you either get your act together, you either get the right drivers to do those routes that know what the hell they're doing, or else shut down or sell yourselves off to somebody that can get this done right, or, I don't know, end the damn partnership and let START be its own thing again. This is beyond BS. And I just had to come on here and rant about it, because I know some of you watching have dealt with this too. And you know as well as I do that it is bullshit. Pure, unadulterated, utter, deep down in the gutters of the sewer bullshit. I just hope tomorrow things are better. Because I can tell you right now, if I tell the driver that's going to take me to work on Saturday, if it's who I think it is, and I got to be up early to do it. If it's who I think it is, she takes me to work on Saturday, and she hears what I have to say, woo! I'm going to tell you right now, she ain't going to be pleased. She will not. And that, my friends, is a fact. Because I think even she realizes what's going on around here is bullshit. I just hope they get their act together very soon. And I hope tomorrow the drivers that I get going back and forth on a Friday are better. And I hope the drivers I get on Saturday going back and forth are better, because I do not need to deal with this bullshit ever again. But like I said, I had to come on here and rant, guys, because I'm getting frustrated with this shit. And I want to know your thoughts. How do you feel about this kind of thing going on? Let me know down below in the comments. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. Check me out at my Teespring store. Check me out at BW Roses Discussions. Patreon.com/BW Roses. Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2. BW Roses on Vimeo. And that's all I'm going to say, guys. But until next time, let me know what your thoughts are. Like I said, I just had to come on here and rant, because this is utter bullshit.